obviously, I don't know. Have they? I don't remember if they've played yet this week. So,
Not sure either.
Yeah, I should have looked that up.
We do know that OK Dudes has already clinched the division title.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll get the.
Okay, thank you, JP. I figured he would be in here and know it. It is their first game they've played, so.
Blue mail to start out is really nice.
And 300
and a lot
rupees.
of money.
Yeah, so money is not going to be an issue early, which is always nice.
Three
Also, thank you,
and
runners,
we got
for coordinating.
Already.
Yeah, thank you, runners, for coordinating. The two top runners doing one thing, and the two bottom runners doing the other.
All right, so at least those rollers aren't one-hit kill now. But anyway, I believe we saw 3 light world crystals and Hera was a red.
I didn't even see the map check, so. Okay, just arrows at bonk spot, and I like DT and Dawn going ahead and just going straight to Saha with the boots. Yeah, that was definitely all crystals, for sure. Nothing else. I wouldn't swear to one of them being red, but I'll trust you. Powder.
Glimmering and bombs.
Yeah, I mean, the bombs are not a bad find this early. When the top runners go into Kakariko, they'll already have bombs. Their teammates will probably have to buy them. Actually, take that back.
You're wanted anti-fairies. More money on Lumberjack Ledge that we're not going to be getting.
Not getting that. I mean, it's not impossible, but yeah, the odds of getting that, going after that, are pretty slim. DT's going to go ahead and do Uncle. That's interesting. Without a weapon and without more bombs, can't really do escape. Does find a flute. That's really nice.
And the mirror. Wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and Moon Pearl. Wow.
Well, the Moon Pearl, everybody. No one's missing that Moon Pearl, but it might be a while before Begone Pot gets to the Uncle's check and gets the flute and the mirror. So we'll have to watch out for when they get there. Now it is co-op, so go modes often come really fast. Wouldn't surprise me if in a co-op mode, one hits that sooner than they would in a solo mode. Willard with the knowledge of that bonk rocks that always gives you a bomb. So
yeah, we also got a glove in the well. Fast start to this seed for sure. Just missing hammer or mitts to get Dark World access.
They're finding quite a few bombs too, so I want to say something was dropping bombs earlier. I didn't see what. It might have been the bush crab. It might have been an enemy.
I'm not sure what I saw the bush crab doing.
But yeah, Willard was 7 bombs at this point. I could see him taking those bombs and doing the escape with bombs on its, and picking up the goodies on the way. Heath 2 with 7 bombs as well. Could do something similar, but does not yet know that the Uncle's check is important. And a heart container on a blind race game check, but in Randomizer, you take that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you go after it if you scout it first, but you definitely grab it if you blind check it.
Yeah. Hey, not a terrible Coco Shack. I've seen worse. And the red guard is the one that chases you right away. Hey, a sword.
A sword, so we got to go through it. I mean, we don't have to go through it. There are other swords out there, but you're not skipping that. Oh, something you don't see every day. Chase talking to the guy that chases you away.
Yeah.
It's not music you hear that often.
Yeah. Yeah, those red guards are there.
Okay, T2 grabbing the blue mail. Let's see where he heads. Okay, he's heading straight to Uncle. This feels like a co-op play, though. I suspect if this layout happened and any one of these runners were solo runners, it might be a while before we find that that flute and mirror. But it makes a lot of sense to send one of your runners straight to Uncle at this point, especially with a sword. You can do the front of escape.
Yeah.
So really good for Begone Pot that they're not going to leave that that mirror and flute for a long time. Nothing in the back of escape though.
Yeah, just one item. Both the map and the small key were there.
It'll be interesting to see if either of our bottom runners chooses to do Dark Cross. And especially in Willard's case, he'll know that there's going to be an item there. I don't... yeah, so T still will know as well, because Dawn is about to check back of escape. Oh, jeez. And of course, front of escape is not what... not what you're used to. Also, the fact that dark rooms take on a whole new meaning when you have Randomizer.
Yeah.
So we might not be seeing Dark Cross. We'll see. Oh, a nice tree pull for some money for Willard. So if he wants to do Zora, he's got plenty of money for it.
And the sunken treasure was the Quake Medallion today.
Oh, well, we have no idea if we'll need that or not. But it'll be good. You know, there's a few enemies that's a good... mostly pen gators, but... nice to have some of those medallions for Randomizer rooms that just end up being really bad.
Yeah, like we did see a dead rock in the previous room in Escape. Alright, Mini Moldworm's got a second sword. But nothing else. Both map and key were both back of Escape.
I mean, navigating the Dark Cross is pretty easy for experienced runners, normally. But there can be some really awful enemy sets in Randomizer in those areas.
And wow, hookshot in the back of Escape, yeah, in Zelda's Cell, excuse me. That'll get us East
Yeah.
Death Mountain.
Not quite in logic yet with that. Oh no, wait, never mind. We have a flute to get up there. Totally in logic. The only thing not in logic is the old man rescue. Another spot that can often be really bad in Randomizer.
It's like there was a thief in this dark room. Oh, okay. Anti-fairies and Hinoxes and a Hinox.
Yeah, not the best. I mean, you got blue mail,
okay.
so it's not as bad as it could be.
Yeah. Now we got a bow and a waterfall fairy.
Oh, that's useful. No flippers yet, so that's out of logic. But that is a full clearable Eastern if you want to navigate the dark rooms.
Well,
obviously not in logic.
Assuming we can beat the boss.
That's right. We have boss shuffle on this as well.
Yeah. Alright, that was just rupees and Dark Cross.
We'll see how Willard navigates this.
Wait, it was the lamp. Oh.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Wait, in Dark Cross?
Yep.
So we were supposed to navigate that with the fire rod. That's fun. It tells us the fire rod. Well, I guess it... Let's see. I'm trying to think if that tells us anything about where the fire rod is. I'm not sure it does, because, you know... The lamp can be pretty darn late. But it does give us Eastern Palace.
Yeah.
Still not in logic until we find a fire rod, but again,
Right.
Pending boss. But at this point, only Cold Stare and Trinex would not be doable since we do have that hook shot.
Yeah, you're not gonna be doing ag unless the fire rod shows up at this point.
Yeah, I think that's smart. All right, well, we do get to rescue the old man. Let's see if this is worth it. With an early flute, if this is nothing, it wouldn't surprise me if Dawn Veneer just never goes and does this.
just
Heart
heart
container? Yeah, it's a long ways to get a heart container, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
And probably gonna head up and do Hera. That's full clearable. Ooh, book on
yeah.
Spectral Rock.
This is unfortunate that Tisu does not yet have his Master Sword, if there's anything on the tablet. If there is nothing on the tablet, it actually is fortunate because it actually, will save a second or two of animation.
Yeah. All right, Dark World, Pendant TR, Pendant Pod, Green Pendant, Thieves Town, Red Crystal Mire.
Also, we should also amend that Eastern won't be in Logic. We have Fire Rod and Flippers to put Eastern in Logic. Not to mention whatever.
Oh.
Tablet. Okay.
Well,
That's unfortunate for T2.
That is Dark World access.
It is. It is. It's a little unfortunate that Tisu did not go grab the Master Sword before going up here. I totally get not doing that because like you don't expect to find the book lying there right on path. But it is going to cause him to double dip. That area. We start off, I think that was the big key.
Yes, it was.
We'll do...
try to Hera
yeah.
with this. Okay, at least that spike thing shouldn't get in our way.
Yeah, it looks like the spike thing is not on path in a way that's going to mess up Harapot.
Dawn and Willard both going through the lag fest that is Zora area.
Randomizer Zora. I mean, it's already it was pretty laggy in general, but yeah, we add the Randomizer. It's a very expensive single arrow.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a big time scam.
Okay, so Willard's gonna be able to get his hammer immediately, so that'll be nice. Oh,
wow.
Another sword. Okay, tempered early and Randomizer. That's really nice.
Nice, yeah, and we have bailed out of him to go down to get that other one right now.
He'll be able to walk right back out and get the hammer. And everybody's going to be on tempered sword relatively early here, I think.
These two fell or accidentally mirrored or something.
I think that was a fall.
Oh, there's Wall Masters.
Right,
oh,
that's complain is maybe a strong word for it, but I feel like in Randomizer it's unfair that they put Wall Masters in places that they're not supposed to be, but they're still in the places that they are supposed to be.
Oh, we got Vitreous.
I like what Tisu's doing.
Yeah, this is a good strat.
Another thing you can do, I think you can throw bombs right off and damage them that way. But I do like this staying up top here. I think that's a really good strategy.
Yeah, because then you can't get the lightning. Oh, well, the lightning can't hit you from here.
Right. I mean, it's still there. It's just, it's going to go straight down and you're not down.
Oh, it can't take any more hits.
Yeah, GFE and chat rightly pointing out that bow is just suddenly more important and it's going to be useful for DT and Willard.
I also want to point out Willard did find half magic in Agina's cave.
Also, another, we've got some really nice luxuries that are, always nice luxuries, but, for Randomizer, just even that much stronger. Like DT in particular, actually both the WJPDTB is going to have Tempered Sword for this Vitreous fight, which is going to make this, if they approach it the same way Tisu's doing, it's going to be faster. Meanwhile, Willard going into Eastern. Dawn getting his lamp. Okay, good job in the first part of the fight. Okay, that's not ideal. Okay, so yeah, so the eyeball's gonna follow him. Yeah, this will work.
Okay, this will have time. Does have some arrows. Oh wait, no bow.
Yeah, he doesn't have the bow yet. Everybody else has a bow. Poor T-Stu, the only person without a bow.
Down goes that Vitreous. We get Bug Net, so nothing in the basement.
Might be the compass in the basement, which is only relevant in that we have with the boss shuffle, we can look at compasses. We can look at the menu and see what our bosses are ahead of time. But it doesn't help if you don't actually pick up a compass. And there's that hammer.
Oh, hi, Roller. Yeah, the best when they just come out of nowhere. You're just running, and then all of a sudden you just boom.
Yep, and if your health is low, it's boom and death.
Did not see what was on the floating island.
20 rupees. We're not going to worry about that, thankfully.
Let's see, we got a whole lot of mimics, and it's the new mimic cave.
I guess so. Not even sure what color those are supposed to be, because they're not showing up as red or blue.
They were supposed to be blue because they were taking damage. All right, we have a Moldworm in Eastern Palace today.
That is very finishable. Okay, let's see what we got in Paradox Cave.
Nothing. Oh, okay, there's some bombs for DT. And silvers, wow.
Boy, if only the runners had done this first.
Yeah, that would have been really good for... Well, yeah.
I mean, you're not. It's not, you're not going to route that way. But, boy, it would have been nice.
Oh, we're getting dead rocked.
I mean, I suppose Willard, who is the one person that has not done Hera, could choose to get the silvers first. But with the hammer where it is, it's not exactly ideal unless we get mitts somewhere.
Wait, we got a lot of buzz blobs here. And red rupee stun prize is nice.
And only 4 eyes on the Moldor. That's boring. Yeah. I'm a fan of the 8-eyed Moldor.
Yeah, that's what everyone loves. All right, let's see how hype Hype Cave is today.
Not a good start.
Okay, hey, we got mitts.
Okay, we got mitts. That's good. That's a hype enough cave for me. Okay, so DT is gonna go ahead and check out Skullwoods. Looks like Willard's gonna go do the Hera play. Yeah, if it wasn't for that sword, I'd say, Willard and Dawn as well, who's doing this stuff now, could just wait until the end, do the Hera play before GT, which is, the thing that you don't get to do very often. But you have to come up here for the hammer. Having that sword, you don't know where the other sword is. It seems like waiting is. It'd be nice if you could get away with waiting, but does not feel like the right play. DT getting grabbed by the Wallmaster that is always there.
Yeah.
Doing a nice job with the second try here.
Yeah, we already have 2 Wallmasters get the runners today.
See what's on digging. Just a small key in big key chest there in Skullwoods.
I'm just gonna run right over to Bombo's tablet. And dodging fire bars and fire snakes.
A cape? That's another nice Randomizer luxury item.
Oh, T2 is starting Smith Chain. Oh, there's some Lionels down in the desert. At least we have Tempered Swords, so we'll make that a little nicer.
Yeah, you can't run through Lionels with until you have Tempered Sword, so.
Yeah, it's both items out of Skull Woods.
I imagine DT will check the north checks with the bumper ledge and see if that cape is necessary. Wouldn't be surprised if all the runners pick it up anyway, just because it has so much greater use, especially early in Randomizer.
Yeah,
But
sure.
we don't actually need it, because that is just a piece of heart. Boomerang at hammer pegs, which we don't really care about too much. Let's see what the smith has. Just a piece of heart. So I imagine Dawn's not going to bother with the smith's chain unless T-Stew picks up something with that purple chest. We'll probably choose to do other things. Looks like we're on the mountain. Could be fluting someplace, though.
Just go turn it in. I'll get the Quake first.
Yep, we don't know for sure whether we need that or not, so just grab it. Looks like we can get some Dark Death Mountain from Dawn Vineyard. Fear agent of all people, jumping in asking who is ahead. I have no idea. Way too early to tell.
Some outcasts not paying off.
Yeah, not a whole lot here. And looks like WJPDTB is gonna be late, a little bit late to their myths. Both of them in the village out. Well, Willard in the Kakariko wants to check this powder. We'll see if he also goes into Thieves Town or if he does a Hype Cave North play. And of course, Thieves Town is a little bit different in this category because we can just go straight to the boss. We don't have to bomb the hole. We don't have to grab the maiden. It does mean that you're likely to orphan an item or items.
Yeah.
I imagine in co-op, you probably send one person to do the back.
There's 3 items left in the dungeon.
Oh, we have one item front. Yeah, well, I could. I would go do the back if I were DT. I might do the boss first, but.
Yeah, let's see what's there.
Of course, we might not have a compass yet. Do we have a compass?
We do not, so this is going to be a blind check.
Yeah.
No?
And he's not even gonna check it.
I guess when there's still 3 items left.
Yeah, it makes sense. 3 items and you don't have a compass. Yeah, it means everything you're opening is potentially useful. So, I think I like this call. Just go ahead and clear it out. And I don't know what it is about this room the DT is in, but I swear it's always got something nasty in it. In this case,
Yeah, it's got
spiky
beamoses
balls,
and spike
rollers
things.
are common, you know.
Yeah. I'll go in quick shot cave. I didn't see what else was there.
Yeah, it looks like the shovel may be the highlight of Dark Death Mountain. Flippers, that is a bigger highlight. Shovel could be a highlight.
That's Armos Knights in Desert Palace.
Yep, we can do that.
And
On the
double
vanilla
vanilla
Mickey.
medallion requirements for Mr. Mayor and Turtle Rock.
So we just need an ether. There's that compass. DT not immediately menuing. I imagine. Let's see if he does after this bottle. No. Yeah, and that's back at Thieves Town. Very skippable. Bottle's nice. There's 3 others out there. It's got blue, so at least there's that. But almost certainly not required. Since this is the first one, I can't say with certainty because we haven't checked Sick Kid and we don't know where the other bottles are. But I don't know that I've ever seen an actual seed where there was exactly 1 bottle available and Sick Kid had something.
Not a great set of enemies there, but at least Tempered makes it nice. Especially those pickets, well, that thing, whatever you call that, wasn't cooperating.
There's another bottle. So yeah, completely skippable back at Thieves Town.
Well, we do get the green pendant out of that.
Oh, it's not even... I didn't even catch there was a pendant. Gosh. So Willard might never do that. Actually, Dawn and Tistu might also never do it.
Lost one in the chest minigame.
So that completes our fetch quest collection. And we have Dawn in Swamp Palace. Good, reasonable play. You've got, 6 items here.
Yeah, as long as it's not Trinex back there or Cold Stare, we can full clear this.
We'll see if Dawn decides to do left side first. Diver down, not as easy in with Randomizer enemies. Okay, WJPDTB finally gonna get their mitts on Willard's side.
Oh, that's the Cold Stare in Swamp Palace.
Yeah, I guess we're not doing this boss yet. Make me think to go left side first a little bit more. Even if Diver Down is not, yeah, looks like we're gonna do Diver Down.
We'll see if the enemies allow for it.
Okay, no. I think I would just do this the old-fashioned way, which is exactly what Dawn is doing. Just go ahead and go through that door. Ah, nice anti-fairy to powder. Grab the key. This is still faster doing this ahead of time than it would be doing it after. But I definitely like the play to do this first in this situation, knowing that you can't kill the boss. Giving you 2 extra locations to potentially find that fire rod that would let you, or a bombos that would let you kill the boss.
Yeah, and no matter what, we are still going to need the fire rod due to Skullwoods being a crystal.
Yep.
Ether and Canisnoria are also on the list of items we need.
Also, for those of you that missed it, the lamp is sitting behind the fire rod that we already picked up. So, just as a way to put things back into logic. Even if we didn't have Skullwoods to do, the fire rod is logically required. Skullwoods and, bosses that require fire rod. Now there's our rollers.
Yeah, on our way to Catfish. We're going to be able to route in King's Aura. Oh, wait, we saw King's Aura already. Never mind.
The single
Whoops.
arrow.
Oh.
Okay.
No.
And that's an Randomizer special with the
Yeah,
yellow spiky ball hiding behind
Yep.
the bush. And Willard says, you know what? I'm just gonna reset that and not pick that bush up so that I can just not have the yellow spiky ball be there.
Yeah. Looks like left side swamp was nothing. I didn't see no left chest. Did see big key chest was junk.
Yeah, chat not going nuts, so we're gonna assume that it was nothing. Yeah, Willard thinking about what he's doing next. Looks like he's gonna get his flippers. Gonna head over to Dark Death Mountain. We'll see if the back of Swamp has anything. We'll see if we can dive her down this spot. Not ideal. Probably doable though.
Possibly, but you know, without the Cane of Samaria, it's
Yeah,
it's
Don
harder
just
to
says, you
hide.
know what, let's just do this the old-fashioned way, and I don't blame him.
And green pendant was just a
There's
piece of
nothing.
part.
Okay, so Willer's never going into Thieves Town, and if Begone Pot never checks Thieves Town, they will not be missing anything.
Well, as long as Ped doesn't have anything.
Yeah, Ped, and of course,
Which I really can only be Ether at this point. Can't be Firehead to get the pendant pod, and
could be Ice
here,
Rod.
depending on Trinex location, could be
Yeah.
Ether.
Like, Trinex has got to show up somewhere, because we do have full boss shuffle, which means every boss gets to show up once, and 3 will be repeated.
Oh, that's it for Swamp. We're not find a way to beat Cold Stare.
He's doing Eastern, which we've already seen on, I think it was, yeah, Willard did Eastern. And DT gonna go ahead and do Pod. We'll probably do Eastern right afterwards. We'll be able to just go mode it. This is Pendant Pod. So, I mean, Pendant Pod likes to have things.
It sure does. Oh, like okay, that Beamos.
That is a nasty Beamos. Of course, we're going to see a whole bunch of small keys in the front of pod and a 5 rupee, which does nothing for us.
Yeah, it's 3 keys so far, and 1 item.
So we'll get a small key in the back, plus potentially something not a small key.
Yeah, we are running out of fire rod locations. As GFE points out.
Yeah.
Could be right here.
We can get into Turtle Rock. We can't do anything in Turtle Rock yet without a Cane of Samaria.
No. 5 keys. Ice Palace is not accessible. We don't have Bombos or Fire Rod.
Yep. We don't have Ether from... Has anyone checked the Mire area?
Yes. It was a vanilla ether.
Right,
and then
vanilla ether, so yeah, so we should know the rest of the
items that were
locations there.
junk. Alright, let's see what annoying oh, there's always something on this bridge.
Yeah, I'd probably just break out the cape there. Oh, there's the fire rod. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I imagine DT does not finish this dungeon now. Probably clears the rest of it, but doesn't go fight the boss. But we'll see.
I don't know what's there right now. It's not what's in the compass. We've seen 3 items so far. And all the 6 small keys.
There's the big key.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Willard's gonna be in is in swamp and isn't going to be able to finish it.
Yeah, I was wondering if World was just gonna leave right upon that fire rod showing up, but we might as well check left side swamp.
Yeah, I could see him checking left side and not going to the back and leaving that to GT since he has that fire rod. And Willer could go get his fire rod, and I did not see that map check. Does anybody see that?
Mothula.
Well, it's an easy boss, and there's the map. So
Got an
there is
item.
So there is an
Yeah.
item. And DT's gonna do it. Okay. I mean, he's already got the green pendant, so if pet is a thing, this will mitigate that. Plus, it is an item. And yeah, Willer looks like he's gonna head over to the left side here. T-Stew heading into pod, also gonna get that fire rod. So yeah, at this point, we need the Ether, we need a Cane of Samaria, and maybe an Ice Rod, because who knows where Trinex is lying?
Right. And let's see, there's 7 bosses left, and it can't be Skullwoods or Upper GT. But all their spots are fair game.
Yeah, it could be the middle GT boss, but yeah, the last one. Thank goodness, it can't be in the Moldorm 2 arena. So yeah, we got our Begone pod, both in pendant dungeons. One in a useless pendant dungeon, the other in a very useful pendant dungeon. Gonna get Hisu, gonna get that fire rod out of there. And I say useless pending the pet answer. So we're gonna, in a moment, the only new check we're getting right now is DT going into, not Helmlosaur, into a moth fight over here in the back of pod.
People always say it's not Mothula that's hard, it's the floor that's hard when Mothula is.
Pretty much, yeah.
Almost not, and here it's just
I mean, there's still
over.
spikes, so you still can have the damage get negated by the spikes, but like the spikes don't move, so they're really not bad.
Another shield. Oh, I missed the other shield besides swamp.
Okay, so yeah, DT gonna just go ahead and finish up Eastern. That makes a lot of sense. You're right here. You're never gonna be anywhere closer, so you just do it. Looks like Willard's gonna head over, pick up the fire rod. T-Stew about to find out that there's a fire rod here, and I would imagine Dawn will head over there shortly after finding out that there's a fire rod. So I think we're gonna see a whole lot of hot Eastern area in a second.
Oh! Unfortunately, T-Stew doesn't have any invincibility items. Okay, it doesn't have the cape, and we don't know where Cane of Verna is.
It does get through the spiky ball, though. This, I believe, was the fire rod. Nope, that was the heart. It's in
Purple chest.
In the next one. Yeah. I guess so used people opening this chest first. Yeah, there it is. For a moment there, it looked like Dawn was just going to immediately mirror and flit away, but looks like... I guess they haven't done the North Dark World check, so it makes sense to go ahead and check these right now. And then could flit away from Graveyard Ledge. There's that Graveyard Ledge check. So no new checks for a little bit. We'll see if T-Stew decides to beat this dungeon.
Ink's Tomb was nothing.
Now, Willard, I assume, will just grab the fire rod and go. And I could see both runners on WJPDTB. Actually, I could see fairly shortly we're going to see a bunch of runners in Skullwoods, because that's where the fire rod leads us to. We could see somebody go into ice as well. Yeah, the runners could split it up that way.
That this whatever's in Skullwoods is beatable, since the only restriction is no Trinex.
Right. So yeah, they were only missing an ice rod to be able to beat whatever boss at this point. And yeah, Trinox can't be in Skullwoods. I know everybody's going to be hoping for a Helmosaur, but we already saw one Helmosaur, so that's probably unlikely. But
I don't see any duplicates though.
Yeah, we haven't seen duplicates, so everybody I'm sure wants our favorite Helmocopter, which is a fun boss, honestly.
And regarding the whatever's at the top of GT, I've already seen all the bosses that can possibly be there. So there's going to be a duplicate up there. Just we don't know what that duplicate's going to be.
I hadn't thought of that. That's a really nice point. The Lord is going straight back to swamp.
It accidentally mirrored or something and lost the monkey. Oh, it had only 96 rupees. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, man. So just gonna go ahead and do, I mean, it has to do Eastern anyway. There's plenty of rupees to be had here. I could just do the rupee room. Yeah.
Oh gosh, a Femos and a Lionel, that's fun.
So bad. So interesting, I thought we'd see a bunch of runners in Skullwoods. As it turns out, we have DT in Desert, and Willard going to finish up Swamp Palace. And only T-Stew in Skullwoods. Let's see if we get a pet check after beating the boss here.
I'd imagine we'll see that.
And there's that extra money for Dawn. Well, yeah. Plenty of money for Kiki.
All right, what do we have? An Argus.
Argus, okay. I'm sure T-Stew is very happy to have that Tempered Sword now.
Yeah, and the spikes actually do make phase 2 easier.
Yeah, I believe you can hit him into the spikes to do damage, which just goes to show this room was not meant for a boss that...
Oh, well, we have silvers anyways, so that's fine. Oh, I go with the fire rod strats.
Yeah, I imagine it's tricky to line up the silvers for that shot when you're on a conveyor.
Bombs on Cold Stare. Compass on the boss, thanks, game.
I mean, at least it was a boss we knew we could beat no matter what, so certainly there are worse places to have a compass on the boss. That's 3 crystal pickups at the same time, though. That's kind of cool. In 3 different dungeons. Okay, DT heading towards Kakariko. This will probably be Skullwoods. Let's see if Willard also... If Willard goes ahead and... Yeah, looks like Willard's going to head to Ice Palace. That makes a lot of sense, splitting that up.
I guess we all had already been in Skullwoods earlier, because we've seen both items.
Right, yeah. Somebody on WJPDTB was in Skullwoods and got the cape. Looks like it was DT, since he's the one that has the cape.
Alright, let's see what Ped has. Another green potion bottle that we're very much not getting.
Yeah. I mean, we have very available, I mean, that's really, I will point out, that is 3 really awful spots for bottles.
Yeah.
I don't know that anybody's checked Sick Kid yet.
So that kid
Now,
was nothing.
it was nothing? Okay, so... But if it were something, having to... I mean, you're not going to go ped for your bottle if you're, you know, the other two are... As bad as those other two locations are, ped is worse.
Well, that was a
kinda funny
better,
that we...
a better bottle spot in Ice Palace.
Oh, there we go. There's our... There's our least bad bottle spot. And T-Stu's going to get that cape here. So the new checks for us now are in Ice Palace, where Willard's at right now. Looks like he's going to go ahead and hit the switch. Since, oh, never mind, we don't have a cane of Samaria. We're doing caneless ice, so we have
we
to hit
gotta
the
do.
switch. Have to do this the old-fashioned bomb jump way.
And then, oh, whoops, I forgot. Yep, I don't have Cane of Samaria.
Yeah, that skull's in a really unfortunate place. It makes it hard to throw the bomb such that it'll break the hole and hit the switch. Tisu looks like gonna head over and get the flippers. So he too can do swamp and or ice. Yeah, there's that key.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we have in the bomb jump room here. Oh, that's pretty nice. Just a little mini Helma. And DT about to get the news of Ped being quite dead. Still not finding that cane of Samaria. Feels like it's... Well, I feel like progression's got to be here in Ice Palace. It might be the Ether Medallion.
Yeah.
You kind of hope it's... I kind of feel like you're better off with... Okay, those enemies look...
Yeah, those berries look kind of weird.
I'm thinking you might rather find the Ether first. Yes, that means you're probably going into Caneless Mire, but Cane of Samaria without Ether means, yeah, you're probably heading into Turtle Rock, which is not exactly where you want to be if you can avoid it.
Oh, okay. We're gonna see Spike Cave now.
Yeah, this is a new check for us on T-Stew's side.
Oh.
There's that cane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, that's a Turtle Rock available, and likely a full clearable Turtle Rock unless we have a vanilla Trinex.
Yeah.
So DT's gonna go get his flippers. We'll see if he also does the Spike Cave check. This would be the most convenient time for WJPDTB to do that.
Yeah, the game put the wrong cane in Spike Cave, but
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that is correct. Chat pointing out that DT has nothing else other than following Willard into Ice Palace, which isn't very efficient, so it would make sense for him to do it here. So Begone Pot going to save a little bit of time overall by not having to do... Neither one will have to do Caneless Ice. Oh, that's a good point. I don't think WJPDTB has done Smith's Chain. So that does give another location for them to do. And DT flutes away.
Uh-oh, yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit later to that Cane of Samaria. I don't think we found anything in Ice Palace, so DT is going to be able to wait on doing
Seen
Ice
one.
Palace and have the cane for it.
We only have one item in it so far. Looks like iced tea and the
Iced tea and the boss.
and the mold worm will have our last 2 items. Unless oh wait, we saw iced tea, yeah.
I mean, I can't even count Ice Palace items when I'm playing. Let alone when I'm watching 4 screens at the same time.
Right.
Another 4-eyed moldworm. Well, between them, they had 8.
Yeah. That's 1 duplicate down. That does rule out Moldworm at the top of GT.
Yeah, so Dawn and T-Stew, I think we're catching up on dungeons a little bit. But eventually, I mean, between the 2 teams, I'm not sure we've seen... I think Turtle Rock may be it. Am I missing anything? Let's see, Willard heading towards desert area. Yep, that was a miss flute. Happens to everybody.
Yeah. Bosses, there's still a Trinex out there. We haven't seen Blind either. And there's 2 duplicates left.
Oh yeah, this will be Smith Chain from Willard. So some of their quote-unquote lead in terms of crystals came from the fact that Begone Pot did do Smith Chain. So they're gonna give some of that time back here.
AT trying to... Oh, can't dive her down now.
Yeah, I think you just give up on this at this point. Do it the old-fashioned way. Oof. Yeah, you got powder. I might use that powder here if I'm DT. Okay. Does get through. So we'll see if DT heads back to Spike Cave after this. It's a pretty quick check, relatively speaking, as far as, at least compared to the other mountain checks. And Willard's about to complete the Smith Chain, so they're going to be out of other things to do.
Does... No, you should... Yeah, okay. DT does have some potions. Like
Okay,
Turtle
so-
Rock's gonna be the answer.
Yeah, Willard's gonna head over to Skull Woods, and let's see. Yeah, DT will have Ice Palace or look for Cane. I imagine he will look for. I can't imagine he would. You know, knowing that it's not gonna be Cane and Samari and Ice Palace would go there first. Let's see, Flute 2. Yeah, Flute to 1. This has got to be Spike Cave. I don't know what else. I don't know if he has got anything left up here. And Willard does grab the cape. Given that is a good, given that his team should deduce that there's progression on Spike Cave, I think that's really smart to grab that cape. Could do it with a bottle. It takes 14 hearts to do it without any kind of items to help you out, which Fuller doesn't have, so he's gonna need something. And there's the cane for DT. Wouldn't surprise me if he just goes ahead and just quickly does ice now.
Gotta find magic first.
Does need some magic, yes. Has that green? I think he's got the green. He could just use. Oh, there it is. Yeah, he's got that green. He could use it.
Well, Taste 2 is going to have Sorry, to make Diver Down easier.
Yeah, in that room, it's just a matter of that spark. Just we saw it. I think was it on DT side? We saw it just hang out in just the exact wrong spot. DT is just gonna be able to go mode this with the Cane of Samaria. Looks like he's gonna go and hit the switch, which makes sense. Don't have to pick up the big key this way. I don't remember where the big key was, so. Yeah.
An ice house.
Yeah.
Map chest. Which is the one with the H-shaped room.
Yeah, you don't want to have to do that room. Kinda on path, but you have to do a lot of things to get that chest to happen, so I think, yeah, just hit that switch, grab this key. Okay, Willard's gonna go ahead and get his cane. We'll see what he does. Yeah, he's got nothing else. I think this has to be a Turtle Rock. Might be the first one in there. Might not. Yeah, okay, T-Stew's gonna go to Turtle Rock, so T-Stew will be the first one in there. And Willard will not be far behind. It's a shame that, Spike Cave does not exactly lend itself to doing anything after it.
Yeah.
But he is grabbing some hearts to leave, so. You see this a lot in cross keys and entrance modes. Not sure if this is actually faster than just saving and quitting.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of runners in Turtle Rock very soon. T-Stew is gonna be the first, and then Willard is on his way, and I imagine DT will just follow Willard, and Dawn, once he finishes Swamp Palace, will head up there as well. Now we are looking for ether. We would not mind finding an ice rod as well. We have not seen a Trinex. And even if you don't plan on finishing this dungeon, if I got a compass, I would definitely make sure I did the map check. Just because knowing that there's a Trinex here makes it less likely you need an ice rod unless the ether is exactly there. We're kind of running out of places where ice rod could even be. We're just kind of running out of places in general, so
It's either here or GT at this point.
yeah. Or
Well,
Misery Mire.
GT if there's no Trinex in Misery Mire.
Right. Oh, Dominic needs to do ice. Okay. Yeah, this makes sense. There's no reason for him to jump over all the way to Turtle Rock. Let T-Stew scout it out, find out exactly what he needs. So that would definitely put WJPDTB a little bit in the lead here. Since they're both going to get the thing.
So far we have one dupe, Moldorm. We know there's a second dupe at the top of GT. We don't know what that dupe is or what the third dupe is.
And the nice thing about knowing that is it makes it unlikely we're going to have two Trinexes to deal with. So it makes it much more likely that we could just not have to deal with him at all. Ice Trinex if the GT big key is early, or a vanilla Trinex we would never have to worry about killing, potentially. And we're getting pretty deep into Turtle Rock on T-Stew's side. We have not found that Ether Medallion yet.
Just an item or a dungeon item?
Okay, we're gonna head over to Mimic Cave.
Okay, piece of parts. That's 2 items so far. Out of 5 or 6 if you want to count Mimic Cave.
Or whatever this is, cave.
I mean, the mimics all moved to I mean, the mimics all moved to Spiral Cave.
Yep. Just rupees. Yeah, the separation between Willard and DT is not ideal here. It looks like DT, oh, sorry, Willard will be able to skip Mimic Cave here. And somewhere DT got ahead. So they're gonna be, yeah, now Willard's ahead because he got to skip Mimic Cave.
And Lava Twist too.
Yep. Of course, the ultimate funny is it'll be Ice Rod on Laser Bridge for a Trinex here.
Two items left. I mean, there's going to have to be a key somewhere here. Oh, that was close. Oh. Okay, there has to be a small key on Laser Bridge, and then there's 2 items on the map and compass still outstanding. Oh, Chain Chomp.
That is not a friendly Chain Chomp. I mean, not that there's such thing as a friendly Chain Chomp, but that's a horrible spot for it.
There's the key, had to be there. Or money.
We are running out of things here.
Oh, okay, there's
Ether.
There's Ether. Compass is on the boss field, of course.
But T-Stew's gonna go for the boss.
I guess you just see what it is. Try to get some.
I mean, it's an item. It could, the Ice Rod still could be a factor. Like,
I think at this point, what you're going to do is just see what this is. Give you an idea about what you might expect in GT. Yeah, this is most likely either going to be Blind or Trinex. Oh, it's Landmo. I forgot that. I forgot we hadn't seen those either.
Honestly, I would have just done the fight. It's a pretty quick fight.
Well, Ped's dead, and that's the compass, so there's really no point.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, never mind. You're right. It's a compass. I forgot that little factor. So yeah, you're absolutely right.
All right, Misery Mire now. So yeah, let's see, there's still a Trinex out there, can't be at the top of GT. There's a blind out there, and it can't be in the middle of GT. And there's 2 dupes. Still blind. Yeah, 3 spots for Trinex right now, and the only way we can avoid them at this point is if it's ice and we don't have, and the GT big key isn't there.
Yeah.
And it's very unlikely to be here. Just because it just seems so likely that the Ice Rod's going to be in GT.
We have 3 runners in Misery Mire all at the same time.
Still got to go all the way to Laser Bridge.
Yeah.
Got to go through the whole thing. It is average time that we determine the winner with.
Yep.
That is blind.
Okay. So, yeah. That is a Trinex and GT. And T-Stew maybe goes a little... God. Do you look for the Ice Rod here if you're T-Stew and you know that there's a 50-50 chance that you're just not going to be able to avoid that Trinex? And given that there's so many items in GT, it's a tough one. Yeah, that lack of knowledge of the boss, and that's the one thing that could bite WJPDTB at this point, is that lack of knowledge of that Landmo boss. Also, I see people asking for the required Ice Trinex, and I'm sorry, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. It looks like all our runners are just going to go straight to Vitreous.
Blind is not the most fun boss when it's in Misery Mire.
Actually, no, I take it back. Like Willard's going to do a few extra checks here. DT looks like headed to the boss.
Yeah, just in case the Ice Rod shows up.
I think this is absolutely a reasonable thing to do. There's a... Have we gotten a first item? Because that would be another...
I think that was our first.
Yeah, it's just a small key. Looks like, yeah, in fact, Willard and T-Stew are right about in the same spot and doing the same checks. Neither one has checked the cutscene.
They're not checking cutscene chest at this rate.
No, that's such a slow check. Also, again, thank you, runners, for coordinating and making sure that the runners on top, or in this case, the runners on the bottom, are basically doing the same thing.
Yeah, then GFE's bringing up a good point in chat. If we have to fight Ice Trinex, JP did not, or DT, sorry, did not get half magic.
He could. It's right here.
Oh yeah, which might be a good idea.
Honestly, with that possibility, I think I would just grab it. Have we seen all 3 small keys? Because if we haven't, then this has to be a key.
There could be a small key in cutscene chest because the big key was compass.
Oh yeah, okay, you're right, you're right.
Earth on the bottom can very much afford blue potions at this point, and the top ones can get some too.
And what do we have? We have the map. There wasn't a key we're missing at all. It was a map and an item.
Your numbers in chat and start putting your numbers in chat where you think the GT big key is going to be.
Yeah, DT and Will are going to be able to split up the big key checks pretty nicely. These two are going to be quite a bit ahead into GT, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because Dawn can do a lot of catch up if, you know, with T2 finding that big key. The thing that would be the worst for WJPDTB right now is the Trinex on the climb and an early big key. Because they're not going to want to be searching out that ice rod, which is almost certainly in GT at this point.
Sure.
It's like DT will be the first into GT.
Let's see what's outside of GT still. Pyramid Fairy, Cutscene Chest.
Right, we have Pyramid Fairy now.
TR boss is a compass.
And we know Ped is a bottle, so we don't have to worry about that. I think that's it. I think that's all we have. I'm sure chat will correct me if there's something else I'm forgetting about.
Yeah, a 90% chance the ice rod's in GT. Yeah, Trinex cannot be on Moldorm 2. It is either on ice after the climb or past the gauntlet, or both. That could happen too.
Yeah, that would be a nasty double. Okay, DT into GT, the first one.
Oh,
An immediate
over.
Oh! Nice run!
Wow.
Wow. That is the craziest. Well, that just puts Willard and DT in the lead. Like this, you know, that is a
nice bombos on the torch.
Wow, what a seed. That is the gaudiest of God hope rooms ever.
And alright, T2's gonna go right as well.
Yeah, and he doesn't realize that this is not the ideal situation for his team. Granted, it could still be just an ice Trinex that we would never have to go do. But yeah, what's kind of neat is we're going to know all our bosses at the end. You don't always get that in these seeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, because no, we might not. I mean, we may know all our bosses. It depends on what actually is here. Because we're not going to necessarily know what the duplicate is, the second duplicate is.
I think duplicate so far was Moldorm.
Right.
Yeah, chat's saying that Mamos could have been good for Cold Stare's fair game for both of these.
Yeah, I never thought about that, but I might, or not even just the Cold Stare, just the GT climb. Sometimes you just get some nasty rooms that Bombos can just wipe out immediately.
I mean, we have Silvers at least that helps, and it's a second Helma Circling, so there was an ice Trinex that we didn't need.
Yeah. Didn't need that ice rod after all. Also of note, DT down to looks like 1.5 hearts. Not
gotta
ideal.
Be careful. I don't think we have fairies. Yeah, I'm just gonna play it safely. Yeah, not a half a heart. At least we have Silvers to. Oh, alright, just gonna use the cape and then just slash.
Yeah, I think this is probably a little safer.
Just don't get hit by the Fireballs. Oh, okay, I guess I can't even spawn here because Almost King's just blowing up too much. All right, going back for the bunny beam. Oh, no, the bunny beam's
Yeah, I think
gone.
you have to reset the entire super tile for the bunny beam to be back.
Hey, a mini. Oh.
Okay, so who are we going to see at the top of GT?
It's either going to be Mothula, Cold Stare, or Vitreous at this point.
Okay, chat, get your guesses in now.
Okay, nice spike.
that is awful. Also of note, the thing in Randomizer that you also have to watch out for those wall masters in the climb here in Randomizer.
Yeah, you never know where one could be.
Like right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
I
probably going to be
remember.
one in these rooms too, because this is all like one thing.
Yeah, I remember watching Andy get grabbed by a wall master at the top of GT once, and then ever since then I've seen him use the cape up there.
Yeah,
if
it's
he
not
has
a
it.
bad idea. And the silvers will really help out here with the Vitreous.
Yeah, this is a pretty free Vitreous fight with silvers. The DT just has to get through one more room. And gets through just fine. Did not see any wall master. Shouldn't have had a problem. Yeah, GFE and chat cape this room every time. Yeah. Don't know. Yeah, I could see doing that for sure. But yeah, for that room, that was a pretty tame room for Randomizer.
And for everyone who cared, the last chest in GT was just bombs.
Okay, DT just finished up the Agatu fight. Willard getting close to that. Tistu about to get there. Dawn's still in the gauntlet, just finishing that up.
The first one into the Ganon fight, Willard not far behind. How glitched the bat sprite looks in Randomizer.
there's some weird side effects to Randomizer glitching.
Yeah, the prologue or epilogue is. No wait, epilogue's the end, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that looks very weird in Randomizer too.
Really just mostly adds to the fun of Randomizer. Like, what would we do without multiple more-eyed Moldorms, for instance?
These Trinexes. Well, actually, that's not really a cosmetic thing, but what else? Yeah, at the end, that doesn't show correctly either.
DT about to put that last arrow into Ganon. Get your GGs in chat for In the Name of DT. Gonna finish first of the four of them. will cross that bridge with an official race time of 1:19:47. Willard into phase 4. Or 3.5, kinda.
Yeah. A double, a torch splits, and a double.
Yeah, that was a very nice phase 4 for Willard. And get your GG's for Willard. He's going to go ahead. He'll cross that bridge with an official race time of 1:20:13.
Yeah, and they have moved out of that three-way tie. They were in a three-way tie with JKLOL and Beast from the East, but now they're tied with Begone Pot in the standings.
And T-Stew about to finish up. Get those GGs out there again. T-Stew. We'll finish up with an official race time of 1:20:45.
Joined by DT and Willard. GG, guys.
Thanks. Okay, GG.
Yeah, what about that ice rod location?
I told DT that if it were any other race situation, I'd have a hearty laugh about it. But the C was stressful, and then DT was like, "All right, I laughed for the two of us then."
I did have a hearty laugh about it.
Yeah, so what
pretty
you
much
all
a
didn't
full
know.
clear.
So what you all didn't know, T-Stew actually checked to see what the boss was in Turtle Rock. It was Landmo. So at that point, it was a 50-50 chance you were going to need that ice rod.
See, that's a cool idea, but when you full clear the game,
Yep.
it didn't seem that. I mean, at that point, all we needed was for Ice Rod to be at cutscene chest, and it'd feel really bad. But you know,
Yeah, and of course with the compass on the Turtle Rock boss, that didn't help your cause there.
Yeah, and I was more worried about DT just taking a death like right before that. So I'm like, I'm zoning out. Especially, well, it was funny because as we were heading into T-Rock, I was like, okay, because we had done an async recently, me and JP, that was exactly like this scenario where we were going into Pendant TR looking for a medallion, but we didn't have the ice rod yet. So I'm like, man, I really just hope it's like deep, and then ended up being the freaking like last chest aside from the boss. So, yeah, it doesn't feel good full clearing the game, that's for sure.
No, of course not. I mean, you had cutscene chest and Pyramid Fairy before GT checks. That was it. And of course, Pyramid Fairy was behind Misery Mire, so you weren't doing that unless you were specifically looking for the ice rod there.
Yeah. So I guess glad that the game decided to let up at the end and just put ice rod right there instead of putting a Trinex at Lamels 2 and having us full clear GT only to go to Pyramid Fairy or something.
But yeah, so my understanding, this puts you in a big tie for 4th place with your last race pending, and
yeah, we're waiting on Beats from the East Missing Playoffs game 2 tomorrow. If Missing Playoffs wins that, then we're in no matter what, I think. Though I think
that sounds right.
So we can breathe a little bit. This one needed. We really needed this win. I needed this win because I had been dropping the ball this season. So like I had more losses than wins, and I was feeling bad because we had such a consistent record in all the previous seasons up to this point. So it was like, man, it's tough. But every year the tourneys get harder. Everybody gets better. Like it's tough to keep putting up consistent wins and consistent numbers, and especially when you got Rando going on. So yeah, I was glad to see DT's name at the top of race time when I opened it up.
Yeah, and get your GGs in chat for Dawn Venier finishing with a time of 1:24:25, I believe.
Yeah, GGs to Dawn Venier and Begone Pot. They're not out yet. they're still in pretty good shape with this will give them a 7-6 record as opposed to the I guess that puts you both at 7 and 6. So
Yeah,
that division looks like a mess. I'm just looking at it right now, and even the last place team at 4 and 9, like that's a pretty solid.
it's
Bunch
weird
of
going
teams.
into week 7 where it's like, okay, either we take second, we tie fourth, or we come in like 6th or something. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and like JKLOL and Go, I think still have to play too.
yeah. Yo, GG's Tisu and Don.
Yeah, GG's
Jeez.
Don. Yeah, I mean we already talked about it with Willard and DT, but that ice rod big key combination in GT was pretty amusing. I mean, after both teams basically full cleared the game, both you skip cutscene and pyramid fairy, and that was about it.
It's such an obvious play, though. Why would you ever do those things? Yeah, I mean, did you guys? What did you guys get, Kane? I'm curious.
Or you did.
Well, I figured. I'm looking for specifics here, Tracy, not the obvious.
I'm pretty sure we only had like Pyramid, Catfish, and Helma left. That was about it at that
Okay.
point.
So still pretty late.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You
We-
guys didn't do Helma, so there was a few things that you didn't quite do in there.
We had a weird situation because like I had half magic but no cape, and DT had cape but no half magic. So Spike Cave was never really just like it was in the back of our heads, but it wasn't like
Mhm.
something we were gonna go do. And DT, you said that if DT brought up checking Spike Cave after getting his flippers would have been the time to do it, but I was just sitting there like, please don't be Spike Cave, please don't be Spike Cave. And then of course it is. Of course it
I mean,
was.
you willed it into existence.
I willed into existence.
Yeah, that's right. Because that half magic was kind of out of the way. We thought DT might consider picking it up after Misery Mire, just in case the Trinex thing happened. But it's still out of the way. So I don't know.
That one's a little bit too out of the way for me, I
yeah,
think.
I think
And
that's fair.
the thing that makes that even more difficult, and Willard and I were talking about this after the race, was like, we didn't know what boss was going to be at Landmo 2. Like, if it had been a cold stare, like, it would have been really smart to actually pick up Bombos from the torch. And I was kicking myself, like, as I started up the gauntlet, like, I should have grabbed that. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's why I didn't even heal off of the bunny beam right before Landmo 2, in case it was like a cold stare and I needed to use all of my magic on Fire Rod.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
So that
Yeah,
actually put me into a really rough situation there.
Yeah, and then the Helmastar fight did anyway.
Yeah, that was.
I just hear DT in my ear like freaking out. He's like, say a prayer for me, please. And I'm like, okay. And I'm just sitting here like, please don't die. We don't have time for this.
No, we sure didn't.
But I was laughing earlier when DT died in TR after I told him about the idiot on the bridge. And I was just hoping that he didn't get like 1.0 crash the game 1.0 because the way he freaked out, I thought he did. But
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow, I
no,
think we completely missed that. 'Cause-
yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
so-
it's one of the
like at some point, like, oh wait a minute, because the lead you're between the two of you, the lead kept flipping
Mhm.
in Turtle Rock.
So yeah, there was like that jumpy guy that activates when you touch him on that single tile bridge, and I got lasered off, got more laser damage as I fell, and then the fall damage like actually killed. I took like 6 hearts of damage in like half a second. It was crazy.
Oh.
Randomizer can do that.
Did you still dash and bonk into it?
Yeah, just to activate it, and then I thought I'd be able to move like between the
Okay.
lasers and be fine, and like that didn't
I
work.
was like, it was just one of those funny moments where I warn DT and then he falls for the pie in the face anyway. So
Well, then you,
But,
you had a funny moment, Willard, when you checked catfish.
oh gosh, yeah, I threw the rock the wrong way or the bush the wrong way, and then when I went to pick up the other bush, a big yellow spike surprised me and knocked me down to half heart, and I was just like, hold on, DT. I can't. You're telling me stuff. I can't do it. I gotta figure this out. So yeah, that was scary. That would have been a last location if that had been a required
Oh, for
item if
sure,
I
for
died
sure.
there. So,
But Don and Tistu, I mean, you're still in. I mean, we already discussed this division's a mess, but you're still in pretty decent shape at 7-6. Having one more game to play and lots of other games to be determined.
Yeah, just like keeping up with the Discord there, seeing like in general the master list that Churchill Mike puts on.
Mhm.
Just like there's still that tiny chance that we are not going to make playoffs. So we
Mhm.
just really just want to win one more game and just be done with it. Just enjoy playoffs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's the matchup between you guys for your game 2?
Me and T2 again. I think it's Wednesday night. It's just gonna be quite late. I think we were thinking like 10, 11 p.m.
Yeah, DT will be there. We don't know if me or JP will be there yet.
Mhm.
We're gonna discuss and wait and see how some of the other matches go.
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah, JP definitely was sweating it out there in chat. So
Yeah.
I think it's
I mentioned that
honestly,
to
I think
DT
it's worse to
watching
be the
credits.
person watching. I think it's worse to be
Oh,
the
yeah.
person watching than
Oh
playing.
yeah. That's why I can't do commentary for any of my teammates' races because I'm just like freaking out
Mhm.
or sulking or fighting every urge to be unbiased or be fighting the urges to be biased. I don't want to be biased, but yeah.
Mhm.
GG's to
No,
y'all.
totally get it.
This was a really good race.
Yeah, it was a fun one to watch. You know, it was. I mean, you guys had a bit of an advantage, I'd say, Willard and DT for a large portion of the race, but when Dawn and Tisu got that Canis Amaria, definitely started to even things up a little bit, and then the ice rod Trinex situation. Until that was resolved, it just, you know, it still could have been anyone's game. So It was
Yeah.
a really fun race to watch.
What was the big like decider of this race? If
That's
there
a-
was any. Also, these collection rates make no sense.
well, it's co-op. That's why it makes sense.
Oh yeah, I guess you're.
I mean, because it's hard to say. I'm trying to think what put you guys ahead. It just felt like you were maybe you guys were just accruing crystals a little bit faster. Because you both had someone double dip Swamp Palace because of the cold stare there. But you guys got to the fire rod in pod a little bit earlier.
Okay.
They did
Yeah,
the Smith chain earlier, which was nothing. But then you gave
Mhm.
that time back by doing it. So yeah,
Yeah,
you'll have
that-
to watch it back and
For
determine
sure.
that. It's really hard. It's just hard to say exactly. You know, it's one of those things where you look up and suddenly you see the crystal differential.
Yeah,
But,
I think
mean,
T2 is finding all the progression for us. So after like me doing like Swamp Palace into like Thieves Town area, it was just a lot of me playing catch up. Just like, all right, do
yeah,
another
that
crystal,
probably
do another
could, yeah.
crystal, do another crystal, do
Yeah.
another crystal. All right.
I think
Yeah, that's fair.
DT and I were kind of really focusing on like, you know, sticking to. I mean, DT was doing a lot of pendant stuff, but as he put it, it's basically like extended overworld doing
Mhm.
pendant dungeons. But it was kind of crazy how fast we got to 6 crystals, and then it's just, you know, looking for those last 2 pieces. Also, do want to point out, if you combine me and DT's collection rate, we got 216.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's true. Almost like you did
Nice.
it on purpose.
Nice.
All right. Anything else any of you want to add before we go ahead and close this out?
Thanks for everything, for doing stuff,
Yeah.
and for being a great teammate, DT and JP. Also, JP, go to bed.
All right.
Just like GG's, and look forward to racing you guys again on Wednesday.
Yeah, should be a fun one. All right, this is it for today.
Yeah, there
next
was.
races. Yeah, next
Yeah, we were
races all
supposed.
tomorrow.
Yeah, we were supposed to have a race at 10:40 tonight. That got rescheduled because one of the runners wasn't feeling well.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
unfortunate for them, but also that's the right thing to do, especially we have another full week to finish this off.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we have 3 races on the schedule. Don't know what restreams we're going to have for those, but they are at 7:10. We have 2 Pearl, 2 Furious versus Bottles on Empty. That'll be Scary Olive and Oasi versus Ninjembro and Maximum Bardage. At 7:40 we have 2 matches. We have Missing Playoffs versus Beats from the East. That'll be P-Train and Sabotender versus Jewel Ninja and Homemade Beer. And also at 7:40, we'll have Two Infinity and Pagog versus Rando Toddlers, and that'll be Relkin and Will WC versus Mr. Aaron Snerd and Vextifer. So keep an eye out in the schedule to see which, if not all of them, of those races are on tomorrow night. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna do for us. VXR, thank you for joining me.
Yep, and shoutouts to our trackers,
yes, need to do that.
Ice and Iceman. Thank you both.
Yeah, trackers always the MVPs. Always good to have two of them on these co-op races. So thank you very much for doing that for us. And yeah, we'll hopefully we'll see you all on Tuesday night at the next races.
Yep. Have a good night, everyone.